Hey guys, what's happening? It's your boy Terrence back in another video. Today I thought about talking about the top 5, my top 5 favorite anime and manga that exist, and I feel that you should be following too. If you're not inducted into this world, trust me, it's worth every second of your time. So I'll be making a tier list from 5 to 1, 1 being the best of all time. No questions about that. If you know me, you'll probably know which anime that is, right? So yeah, so before I get into this video, I'm not separating it into manga and anime. For those who are not aware what is the difference between anime and manga, it's basically like any comics that you see that comes out of Japan, right, is called as manga, and once they adapt it to the film screen, they call it anime. So that's a very simple explanation, but just to keep this video short and crisp, just sort of letting you know that FYI. So let's begin with anime number 5. I feel that is best, and some people consider this number 1, but it's just my opinion. I feel number 5 in terms of my least favorite is One Piece. Yes, now people do consider One Piece as one of the greatest pieces of manga ever written, but just to give you a quick synopsis of what One Piece is all about. It's basically about this kid Luffy and his dreams of becoming the greatest pirate ever in the world, right? And he goes on these long adventures and stuff like that. As I go higher into this list, my conversations about these animes will increase. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of One Piece. Like, okay, if I'm free, I'll kind of watch it. If it doesn't give me that, like how the top 3 at least give me, right? So One Piece is number 5. Like I said, Luffy, this kid goes on an adventure to try to become one of the greatest pirates ever, right? And eventually does. And people consider the manga side of this anime as the best in the world. I mean, you could say yes in terms of storyline, but they keep dragging stuff a lot. I think so people just like it because it's dragged almost like, I don't know how many chapters now. It must be like 3,000, 4,000. I'm not even sure. Not kept track, to be honest, in terms of the manga side. So I would say this is pretty much the longest series that they're going to run into in terms of like an anime series, right? And I'm pretty sure there must be a series longer than One Piece, but this is there. So if you want to start into anime, this will be a good place because it will give you that sense of adventure, that sense of something different that you've always been looking for, apart from the standard, standard cartoons that you kind of watch, and it's kind of gets boring, to be honest, right? I'm not like a Tom and Jerry kind of person, right? Right, I need much more creative outlooks in life, and anime helps me in terms of that. So if you're planning to start anime, I would say start with a couple of episodes of One Piece in order from chapter 1 until wherever it interests you, and then go and take it from there. So that's number 5. Number 4, in my opinion, I'm going to get so much hate for this because people think like everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? I would say the whole Naruto universe. This includes Naruto original series, Shippuden, and Boruto. And I know people are going to murder me when I say Boruto in this top 5 list, but yeah, so I'm classifying universes of anime and manga, and not just one series of that, right? So yeah, number 4 would be the whole universe of Naruto, that is Naruto, or the original series, and then next generation, and then Shippuden, and then Boruto. Whew. Once I discovered Naruto, I think so long time ago, I watched the original series a bit, and then I lost after, I think so, one of the fights up with Gaara and with Rock Lee and Gaara, right? Post that I took a big hiatus, and then later on, yeah, in the mid 2000s, Shippuden came out, and yeah, then it was a whole different ball game, right? And the next series after that in the Naruto universe was Boruto. It's kind of okay. Just like if you just want to watch some anime again, we can watch, right? But you'll not get that feeling of what Naruto gives you. And for people who are not, why are you all wondering as to why Naruto is such a big thing in the universe? Is because it gives that. It teaches you important lessons. It teaches you lessons like, I mean, in all anime you want to learn all these lessons by default, but in Naruto, I think so you learn this sense of camaraderie that you get in certain groups, like in the military or in the Air Force, etc., right? You have that feeling of teamwork, etc. Right? So I think so. Naruto is a great example for that. Start off with if you want to watch Naruto, start off with um, the original series, right? Because I think so. Shippuden and the original series are probably on par in terms of their awesomeness, to be honest. And yeah, I find in terms of Naruto, I find that people just don't like the fillers. There are too many fillers in this episode. So what happens is in anime sometimes is, so let's say there's this big climax that the writer or the writer has to write it to, or the animator has to animate it to, right? So while they take time between chapters to reach the final climax or the final battle, right? They try to give you backstories of what to add more meaning and more depth to the climax in the story. So that is where Naruto kind of falls down in terms of a grade for me, because there's just too many fillers. I remember once when I was watching Shippuden, I think so. It was after the when what's the what do you call? I forgot the name. The divine tree starts up. If you've watched Naruto, you know what I'm saying. So there's this episode when the divine tree absorbs all the kai and stuff, right? And then the fillers start off each person going through their dreams, and I felt that was really boring, and it's quite prevalent throughout the series. You'll have like 5-6 chapters, which means when I say 5-6 chapters, it's going to be 5-6 episode of fillers, right, in between the next climax or the next battle, right? So that's why Naruto is number 4. Number 3, actually between 3 and 4, I was a little confused. You can interchange these both, but I still think Attack on Titan takes the edge. Or people like to call it AOT, right? Although the ending has been quite bad in terms of its dramatic nature, and ending it like, I mean, if you have seen Game of Thrones, you're right, that's what people are getting in terms of a feeling that how the writer ended the series. But yeah, I'll not talk much about Attack on Titan, because if I give away spoilers for people who have not seen it, they'll miss the whole awesomeness about it. Again, just like Naruto, you get this whole feeling of, you know, working as a team, working with your comrades, how important trust is, and you know, deceit, lies, all that kind of stuff, right? So you learn a lot of that in terms of Attack on Titan. Also, the battles, I mean, that battle when I mean, there are many awesome battles, but I think so my favorite battle has to be when in the latest season when the Beast Titan was defeated. I mean, out of nowhere, the Beast Titan was taken down, right? So just to give a quick synopsis without spoiling anything. So there's this island called as the Paradise Island, right? It's at the edge of the coast, and it's surrounded by these three layers of walls, and in between these 3 layers of walls there are like different cities and different what do you call, political parties ruling these states. And the whole objective, sole criteria, is to not let these titans who wander outside to get in within the walls, right, and destroy cities, etc. And then there are different ways for defeating them. One is to, you know, get their powers, blah blah blah. I won't go to get the spoilers, right? But that's the whole synopsis. And yeah, so Attack on Titan, awesome anime, awesome action, awesome animation as well. I would say Naruto is pretty great, but I think so there's a plus point in terms of animation, and obviously not as many fillers as like in Naruto and the whole Naruto universe. So if you're interested, please check out Attack on Titan. Pretty awesome. Now, top 2. It's getting serious now. I'm going to talk a lot about these 2 more than I spoke about the other 3. My second in line in terms of my favorite anime and manga. Ooh, especially the manga here. This second one is OPM. OPM stands for One Punch Man. Or how people like to call him, the Caped Baldy. And I just keep talking my camera, which is freaking awesome. Hope I'm in focus. Yeah, another candid video for you guys. So where do I start with in terms of One Punch Man? So One Punch Man not only just has a good anime season, it has 2 seasons out, but the manga is fucking awesome, and the web comic is on another level. But I think so, yeah, the manga triumphs the anime, as well as the webcomic as of now. It depends on how season 3 comes out in terms of anime. They're taking the real sweet time, hardly like 12 episodes per season, and I think so. The gap between season 1 and season 2 was like 4 years, and then we're just waiting for season 3. But for the people who want to get into anime, who want to seriously get into this world of anime and manga, don't start directly at One Punch Man, because it shifts its narrative away from the typical story of how a story is written and how a message is delivered. It takes a big U-turn, but that's what makes it awesome. But you only realize this if you're already exposed to different animes. So if you ask me, can I start watching One Punch Man directly? You can, but you'll build this whole different image of anime and manga itself. So please be aware in terms of that. However, you will still fucking love it. You will love everything about it. I mean, I started watching OPM or One Punch Man, I think so in 2017. Yeah, 2017. And then I watched season 1, then 2018-19 season 2 came out, and then the manga, and then the webcomic. So with One Punch Man, you have the creator One. His name is One. He calls himself as One. So he's a webcomic creator. He actually builds the comics, right? In terms of very crude storyline. And then you have people like Morara, who are like other artists who adapt the webcomic into the manga and make it like super awesome. If you ever want to buy Japanese comics, just to keep it simple, buy the One Punch Man manga or the manga, however you want to pronounce it. Manga or manga, it's fine, as long as it's not mango. So if you ever want to purchase written Japanese comics in terms of anime, that you would really like, and I feel that you would really be impressed by in terms of the drawings. I mean, oh my god, the drawings in the manga are fucking awesome for One Punch Man. The drawings, whenever you invest in a comic, right, and when the illustrator or the artist is trying to represent something, right, he has to give you two things, right? Two things have to be very important, especially when it comes to Japanese anime and manga. It can't be just be, oh, you did here in cloud. The drawing, the captions, the drawings, right, of the characters have to give you that feeling of time. That time is moving on, and this, and what do I say, like time as well as distance, and I think so. Yeah, the ferocity of the characters. Like when someone is punching someone, right? You have to get that feeling of that of that someone is actually being punched when you're reading the comic, right? So if you read One Punch Man manga, which is free online, as well as you can purchase them on places like Crunchyroll, etc. The illustrator, his name is Murata, Yusuke Murata. I can't pronounce the name, sorry, it's Japanese, but fucking awesome. I mean, I've never seen an artist like that who can represent in one panel. He can represent his characters behaving in a certain way with a huge amount of impact in terms of time and lethality or pressure, whatever you want to call it, right? Impact, yeah, impact is a better word. Time and impact that the characters do between each other, right? You actually feel that. That's why I think so Yusuke Murata is considered one of the top manga drawers that ever existed, I feel. And many people talk about this in the whole anime universe, right? So I mean, One Punch Man. Do I need to say a lot more about the series? I mean, the title is self-explanatory, but I don't want to get this whole give you a spoilers, right? And spoil the whole series. But basically, it's like you have villains and then you have heroes, right? And then this normal person just suddenly is trying to go above the ranks. Like they have like S rank, A rank, C rank, B rank heroes, right? Categorized so that cities can deploy these heroes to different locations to fight villains, monsters, demons, whatever, right? Even the monsters have their own ranks. Right? So this normal person, Mr. Saitama, the Cape Baldy, right? He's trying to get to the top rank, not just because to become a hero, because he likes doing that, right? He's a hero for fun. So that's number 2. One Punch Man, number 2. And number 1, I mean, if you don't know it by now, I mean, if you know me, you should know this. I mean, I don't think so. There's a better clue than. Let me give you a clue. Okay, I'm too soon. Okay. I think so. That was enough. Okay, come back forward. Right. Okay. I mean, if you still didn't get it, you probably just I just going to unfriend you, to be honest. And if you don't like this series, what I want to talk about, if it's the number one, I really think we can't be friends. Yes, obviously it's the Dragon Ball universe. I know a lot of people in the anime community do not like it. The whole Dragon Ball universe. When I say Dragon Ball universe, right, people just think it's Dragon Ball Z, right? No, it's first just Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z and then even Dragon Ball GT, now Dragon Ball Super. Just to give you the impact this anime has had over generations, Dragon Ball was released in 1989 and today it's 2021. Let that sink in. 1989 the series started and today it's 2021. So that's over 30 years the series has stood, or the universe, the Dragon Ball universe, right, has stood the test of time and it's still running. Do you believe? I mean, do I need to say more? I mean, obviously there's a lot more to it than that, right? But for people, I hear people say, "Oh, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, it's so boring. I don't like it." Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitches. I mean, I really think we can't be friends if you don't like Dragon Balls. Why am I so attached to this universe is simple, right? It was not it was not motivational speakers or my family or my friends, right, who gave me the strength to be where I am at this moment in time, right? It was none of that. It was just the Dragon Ball universe. Yes, as a kid I liked Dragon Ball Z more because come on, who didn't, right? It gives you the universe gives you a feeling of finding difficult challenges, right, and asking the challenge, are you still, is this the best that you can fight with me, right? Because I want to fight you at your best. I don't want to fight you when you're at your weakest. I want to fight you at your best, right? I'm just trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible. I'm not going to talk about Goku, Vegeta and all the stuff, right? So if you want to get a feeling in life wherein you want, not motivated as well, you want to be inspired to do a lot more than what you possibly can, please check out the whole Dragon Ball universe. It consists of Dragon Ball first, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, which is running now. You don't need to and also the movies. I'm not even spoken about the movies, which are not canon. Some movies are canon and some movies are not canon by the way. So yeah, that was my short list of my top favorite animes or manga. I'm not going to talk about a lot more about Dragon Ball anymore because I can't describe it, because to me it's a feeling. It's not just an anime or a manga, right? Yeah, and you may have a question as to, is it worth your time to spend watching these animes or manga? Absolutely yes. I know this video has been long and dragging, but I felt of talking to you guys about something personal and something that I really like and how I spend some of my time on. I learned so many things in anime and manga. I don't need to explain that. You just start and you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? If you watched the video all the way until now, please go ahead and give a like and a subscribe. That'll help me out a lot. Until then, I'll catch you all next time. Cheerio.